I was in a strategy session with a client recently, and we were talking about their sales strategy. The point that I raised is to stimulate sales growth, identifying what's the most important thing to your customer. If you can identify what's the most important thing to your customer, your job is then to understand what's the cost to deliver that most important thing. Because in your sales message, whether that's virtual, whether that's over the phone, whether that's through in-person interactions or through a billboard, if you can communicate to the customer what's the most important thing to them, and you can deliver that outcome in a way that is profitable for your business, you're well and truly on the way to success. A really simple example would be, let's say I'm a building company and I need to get supplies to me first thing in the morning. Now, I know a business that has a process where if you order from them by 3 o'clock the day before, they will have that to you on site by the first thing the next morning. Their price isn't necessarily the most important thing to the customer. The most important thing to the customer is knowing that they're going to have the materials they need to continue working on site that very next day, because that's the most important thing to them. And the cost of the premium of that service is less than the cost of the loss of time in the team not being productive for that business. My first question to you then is, do you understand what the most important thing to your customer is? And depending on who the customer is, it might be something different. An example, you might be selling the exact same product, but to two different people. Let's say, for example, you're selling it to a safety executive. The safety executive is clearly going to be interested in what are the safety mechanisms? What is the impact on our safety? How's this going to increase our well-being of our staff? Now, you might be selling the exact same item, but to a finance person like me. Now, we're still naturally going to be interested in the safety side of things, but we might lean with a more cost bent, with a more payment terms. We might have different priorities, even though we're selling the exact same product. Ideally, for your strategy and cost of delivery, the most important thing is the same thing across your customer base, but it can vary depending on your product or your product range. The last part, and this can be really hard if your business suffers from this, how important are you to the customer? And you might think to yourself, well, what business sells something where you aren't that important to the customer? It could be as simple as a good quality pizza that's going to be delivered on a Friday night for your party, on time, good quality, and the people are going to enjoy it. Not be soggy, cold, bad tasting, whatever. Let me give you an example. A business we've worked with sells a very specific product that goes into the construction space. And do you know who they have to sell it to? The construction company. Now think about this. They're doing multi-million-dollar projects, and the cost of the client's product relative to that multi-million-dollar project is not even 1%. It's fractions of 1%. So how important do you think it is to the customer, the construction company that's buying this product, to have a meeting with our client to go, hey, look, we're the best at what we do? They're not interested at all. They go, it's such a small, inconsequential amount relative to the whole project build that all we care about is getting the product, or making sure it's the cheapest, or just making sure it's done. There's no real leverage for them to create that engagement with the customer to make sure they understand what's the most important thing for them. Because in their world, the most important thing to them has actually no bearing on anything that business does for them. What do they do in that case? You have to find a reason. You have to find a complementary product. You have to find a way to get in the door to suddenly become important. Because if you don't have anything to leverage off other than price, all that's going to happen is you're going to see option one is $1, option two is $1.10. Well, we're going to go option one. I can't overemphasize enough. I believe one of the killer sales strategies is identifying what is the most important thing to your customer, and then quantifying the cost of delivering that outcome to the customer. Ram it down their throats with your marketing message in a nice way. Emphasize it in your sales process, and make sure when you deliver that for, let's say, $1, you're getting $2 worth of value by delivering that to the customer.